All right, we're at it again, Brian. Where are we?
We're here in Silver Lake at the, what is it? The House on Six Legs by Frank Escher and Ravi GuneWardena, built in 2010. And wow, this is exciting. We're really thrilled to finally be able to showcase some contemporary architecture. Sometimes people think we're the mid-century modern guys.
Yeah, but we love mid-century modern. And there just happens to be a lot of it in Los Angeles, but we also love contemporary architecture. I think we just love architecture in general.
We were a little worried about this because a lot of post-war architecture is just like a drywall box. There isn't a lot of interest inside. And when we walked in the door here and came up that stair and looked around, it's like, wow, this is a really visually compelling space that is much more interesting than just a drywall box.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those homes where you have to experience it in person, because there's a lot of three-dimensionality to it.
Yeah.
And then the way that the light is hitting the different parts of the walls, it creates more of that depth.
Yep. So we're kind of perched on the hillside. It's an upslope site. And the way the architecture has been lifted up almost a story and a half, we're like on the second and a half or third story up here. So we have a view of the Silver Lake Reservoir, Silver Lake Hills, and just kind of treetop view, which is really nice sighting on the part of the architects.
Mm-hmm. The house was actually cantilevered out. So below it, which is all exterior, you could see the rain kind of coming through some of those drain pipes. And some of them are very, very calculated. They're dripping down into one of these drums that are down there that you guys will see.
So it's interesting. This is, pardon me, about a 3,000 square foot house, 2,911 square feet, with 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. And the plan is kind of bifurcated down the middle. And so the public spaces are on this side, with the kitchen looking into the dining area and the living room. And then 3 secondary bedrooms, and around the bend is the primary suite, which I think is really clever, because the house is actually, bigger than it appears from here, because the primary suite wraps around the corner.
Yeah, and what's nice about this is that the circulation is sort of celebrated, because it's literally, I think, in the middle of the home. And so the vertical circulation coming up, and then what they've done is they've allowed for half of the house to have these remarkable views. And then on the back end, they've got these nice intimate views to the exterior where you could see landscape, and it makes it more serene.
I really love the monochrome aspect of the color. Sometimes we see these houses, especially some of the mid-century modern stuff, where they just come in and blow everything white and it looks terrible. Where this is, I'm guessing, maybe Sherwin-Williams pure white. It's a very, very white with no yellow or blue. And then it's juxtaposed against this ebonized hardwood floor, black, and then you've got the accents of the stainless steel, the big aluminum sliding doors, probably Fleetwood, and really is a celebration of inside outside.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. On one side you've got that view, but then on the other side you've got this deck where you could just go on the outside and dine or have your coffee. Should we take them into one of these rooms?
Let's go into the primary suite.
Okay. So talk to us a little bit about this door and how that separates space. And
to me, it's a little bit of magic that you come around the corner and you hit this wall, and is it a dead end? I mean, it's a connection to the balcony perhaps, and then you slide it open and there's this whole new wing back here, the primary suite, with a corner condition, both blackout and sheer draperies, really comfortable king-size bed, and connection to the bathroom area with a closet that is held down maybe 2.5 feet. So the eye just goes up and over. And then you see this sort of James Turrell kind of light experience with the skylight bringing light into the space.
Yeah, and then what's nice is that the pocket door, or the door itself, kind of acts like the Gregorian, where it would divide spaces and you would use it to now, all of a sudden, this is a different space than it is here. You could keep the door open, and as you were sleeping, have this remarkable view of this exterior here.
Yeah, this would be a nice place to wake up in the morning looking out on that view. We'll point it out when we go back into the living room, but Frank Escher used to be in charge of the John Lautner archive, which is now at the Getty. He's on the board of the Lautner Foundation, and I think there's some influences. Like I'm looking in this corner, which you can't really see because the sheer curtain is hiding it. And in that corner, there's our favorite phrase, the butt glazed corner condition, where two panes of, it's a single pane of glass, two panes come together and are just sealed with this tight kind of knife edge. That's a Lautner detail.
The way that the house is designed actually was a lot of it was dictated by the setbacks too. And so they've done that so elegantly here, where they've allowed enough space for the house to feel sufficient, but then it's pulled back off of the street slightly, so you don't actually see it because you're coming around that landscaping, and all of a sudden it appears, and then it becomes this remarkable, structure that you see.
It's interesting too, in that I'm having difficulty determining where the structure is, because it's almost a glass box with the lid just floating on what? On a window wall? I mean, clearly there's structure in here. There are probably some structural posts in the fenestration, but it has this kind of lofty, light feel because it's kind of a ribbon window system all the way around.
I'm so happy you said that, because oftentimes in these mid-century homes that we tour, a lot of what dictates where spaces are is by the structure, right? So the structure defines where the dining room is going to be and where the kitchen is. But here, there is no structure really. And so the spaces are divided by the floor plan, really.
Yep, that's true. But a lot of cantilevers with structure on the interior walls and a few posts on the outside, but it's not a rigid rhythm of, a structural module that I can read.
Yeah, exactly.
There are a lot of really trick details in here that, they look super simple, but they're difficult to execute. And then you got a big sliding door to bring ventilation in while you're bathing, but you've got privacy both with the sheer curtains and the metal lath, and then the bamboo. That looks like timber bamboo.
And then when you come around here into this bathroom, how nice is it that they put the tile all the way around? And so it's this nice enclosure that
it's very serene, and it kind of recedes into the background and allows the house to be about something else.
Yeah, and this rain shower head is different because it comes out of the soffit. I was just taking a look at it here. So through the skylight, you see the rain shower head there. That's a really nice detail.
Yep. So all of these corners have been kind of eroded. You don't have structure at the corner, you have glass, which is a neat move.
Right, and when you're looking this way, actually, if you notice the similarities between the walls around the circulation and then the kitchen, it's like these objects that protrude from the ground or from the floor. That when you were talking about the proportions, that struck out as me as like being super cool as well.
Yeah, I agree. The way this guardrail, this is a functional guardrail protecting people from the stair going down to the lower level, but it reads as kind of a sculptural volume. And then it's in dialogue with that huge island where you've got a breakfast bar where you can have hors d'oeuvres or breakfast. And the pantry is all hidden along this wall with a beautiful Sub-Zero refrigerator. And again, that eroded corner condition with the butt glazing and structure in here. But it feels like a tree house because we're up in the trees, above the trees looking out at the view, and then we're anchored into the backside of the hill with mature landscape above, very private.
So this house is for sale. It's being sold by our favorites, Brock and Lori.
Yep.
And the price is $2,595, and we can help represent you.
4-bed, 3-bath, 2,911 square feet.
All right, thanks guys. High five.
we're going to have to correct the architects because on their website, they talk about 5 piers on the house with 6 legs, but we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 piers. So mystery solved.